All right, the next 24-hour temperature cast may be a little different than the past several days. Still think it's going to get warm this afternoon. We're probably going to see some middle, maybe even upper 80s, but we're starting a little bit lower, and we should get a little bit lower again tomorrow. Start finding more of those numbers that begin with a 6. That's where it's supposed to be this time of the year. I see some clouds out there to the west, and we'll see some of those spill across our skies at times, but I do expect more sunshine today in the past couple of days that were a little extra cloudy, and that's what kept the temperatures so low the past couple of days. 64 this morning in Thomasville. It's 70 in Tallahassee and in Valdosta. Got a little breeze out of the north. We're noticing those dew point numbers get a little bit lower, more mid-60s. We'd like to see them get a little lower still to allow these air temperatures to continue to fall a little bit. When you have drier air in the overnights, you can get those lower temperatures. We should notice some of that for at least a couple of days before a little bit of that moisture starts coming back, and then we start looking for our next chance to get wet sometime by the end of the weekend or maybe by Monday. Now, as far as the numbers around the region go, Mariana's at 68, Bainbridge at 67, Perry's at 69. We saw the 64 in Thomasville. How about that 66 at Camilla? A little breeze from the north and northeast, enough to stir things up. I don't expect there's going to be a lot of fog. Spots like Camilla, though, visibility reduced down to 4 miles. The overall pattern for the next 2 or 3 days does improve. We get rid of all those clouds that were those secondary impacts from Imelda. That boundary to our south is going to linger for a bit, and we'll get under the influence of some higher pressure off to the north. So clearing and drying should be the order for today and for tomorrow. And at this point, it feels like it stays that way for Friday, maybe even into early Saturday too. But this old boundary just lingering and some energy developing, it's going to start to become more of a player in the forecast at some point this weekend. We still have a couple of days to work out those details as we see how things evolve. Watch here on the Futurecast. We'll go with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, I think, for the next couple of days. That goes for maybe all the way into Friday. A few showers may try to cycle back from the far east, but it doesn't feel like we're going to be talking about real rain chances before Friday. And even on Friday, I don't think we're talking about significant ones. We'll notice maybe our rain chances increase later on Saturday and throughout Sunday and Monday, depending on what's going on to the south. As far as the tropical weather goes, Humberto's still there north of Bermuda. And this over here is what Imelda looks like right now, that ragged looking eye, still trying to hang on, a couple of good bursts of convection near that. So this is still a pretty healthy storm and still getting a little bit stronger, and that's not great news for Bermuda. Right now, Hurricane Imelda has 90-mile-per-hour sustained winds, really picking up that forward speed to the east-northeast at 20 miles per hour. So that should get it near Bermuda by early tomorrow morning. It's likely to continue getting stronger. So that's going to be the area of primary concern. Once it gets past there, it'll fall into that same fate that Humberto's falling into, and it's going to lose those tropical characteristics. On the Gulf today, north and northeast winds 8 to 16, seas 2 to 4 feet. A little breezy for the boaters. We'll go 60s and 70s this morning, call it partly cloudy. Sun doesn't come up till after 7:30. I think the warm spots can get to like 87 or 88 today. A lot of us maybe 85, 86, 87, somewhere in that ballpark. We'll call it partly cloudy. For the most part, we're keeping rain chances out of the forecast. I think we keep it partly cloudy tonight. The air should still be dry, and I think that likely means more numbers a little farther back in the 60s. Our 7-day forecast keeps it pretty bright and pretty dry and a little warm for the next few afternoons, but not unpleasantly warm and humid. And then as we get to the weekend, I don't think we're talking washed out Saturday, Sunday here, but I do think showers become part of the forecast. Maybe Saturday night or later in the day on Saturday. You'll have to see if that all comes together. It feels like the best chances for the most rain would be Sunday and Monday at this point, but I suspect we're going to be able to adjust this forecast a little bit before we get to the weekend.